Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Mimi Dollars Collection. So today we are going to be making this simple beautiful beaded bag. So please kindly like this video, share the video, and please leave your comment. Materials used: our fishing line 0.7, our scissors for cutting, our sugar beet in 10 millimeters. So we are going to begin with our mat. I'm starting with 4 beads. So in my fishing line, I'm adding my 4 beads. 4 beads. I'm going to pick up the last bead and I'll cross it over and pull. So we have done the first ring. Moving on, we are going to pick 3 beads, one on the right, one on the left, and then cross with the third bead. So one on my right hand, one on my left, and I'm crossing with the third bead. And pull. So we have the second ring done. I'm going to pick up 3 beads again, one on the right, one on the left, cross with the third bead. One on the right, one on the left, and I'll cross with the third bead and pull. So we have our third ring done. I'm going to follow this same step until I have 10 lines. Okay, we want to make 11 lines. Please, for this tutorial, kindly choose an odd number. Okay, so this is the 11th line. I'm adding all my 3 beads on my right fishing line. I'll cross with the third bead and pull. So in total we have 11 lines. Please, you can use 7, you can use 9, you can use 11, you can use 13. Make sure you have an odd number. Okay, so on my right fishing line, I'm adding all my 3 beads and I'm going to cross with the third bead and pull. So I'm starting the second line. My front fishing line will keep going into the next 1 bead in front, into the next 1 bead in front. Whilst on the back fishing line, I'm going to add my 2 beads and cross with the second bead and pull. I cross with the second bead and pull. So I'm going to continue going through 1 bead, while on the back fishing line I'll keep adding my 2 beads, okay, until I'll meet you at the end of this. So I am at the end. We are almost done. I'm going to go into the last bead at the end, and with this same fishing line I inserted, I'm going to add 2 beads into that same fishing line. That's my left fishing line, and I'm going to cross it where the back fishing line is. Okay, so guys, permit me to flip it over to my right hand. This is where I am more comfortable to weave from. Okay, so where the back fishing line is, into that same bead, I'm going to insert this other fishing line in the opposite direction and pull. So we want to move our fishing lines to the second bead. Okay, so this fishing line that is down, I'm going into the side bead. I'm going into this bead that is facing upward, and I'm going to go into the bead on the side. And this other fishing line, I'm going to insert it straight up into that second bead. All right, so this is where our fishing line is in the second bead. Okay, as you can see, make sure your fishing line is in the second bead. All right, so when you count, we have a total of 11 beads. Okay, so we are going to divide this by 2, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, and we are left with 1 in the middle. We are not going to touch this 1 in the middle. We are going to bead an end here. Do not touch the 1 in the middle. Okay, so my fishing line is in the middle bead. It's in the second bead. I'm starting to weave a mat with 3 beads. We begin our mat with 3 beads. Okay, I'm going to cross with the third bead and pull. I'm going to go into the next bead in front, into the next bead in front. I'm going into the next bead in front. On the back fishing line, I'll add 2 beads and cross with the second bead and pull. I'm going into the third bead in front. As you can see, we are shaping. I'm going into the next bead in front. Okay, I'll add 2 beads. I'll cross with the second bead and pull. I'm going to go into this last bead over here. Remember, we are supposed to weave through 5 beads, but we had to ignore the last bead, okay? So I'm going to, you count 5, make sure it's in the middle. This is the last bead, the 5th bead on this side. All right, this same fishing line we are going to turn. Therefore, I'm going to insert my 2 beads into this same fishing line. This is my left fishing line or the front fishing line. And where the back fishing line is, into that same bead, we are going to insert the front fishing line and then make a turn, okay? So we are shaping this mat. We are going to move our fishing lines to this second bead over here because we are ignoring the first bead. So I'll weave my fishing lines to the second bead. So this is it. My fishing line is in the second bead. As you can see, we are ignoring the last beads on both sides. Please do not touch them. So on this fishing line, my left fishing line, I'm going to begin to weave the mat with 3 beads. 3 beads. I'm going to cross with the third bead and pull. I cross with the third bead and pull. And I'm going to go into this last but 1 bead or second to the last bead. Okay, this is where we are going to end. I'm going into this bead over here. On this same fishing line, I'm going to add my 2 beads because we are ending here. All right, we are shaping the mat. I'll add my 2 beads. You can cross it and weave in your leftover fishing line, but I'm just going to weave it in because my fishing line is still very long. I want to weave it to the other side so that we can shape the other side, okay? If yours is short, please weave it in and get another fishing line for this side as well. We are done with this side. So you repeat the same thing on this side. Okay, what we have done here, you repeat it on this side. Make sure you do not touch the middle bead, okay? Do not touch the middle bead. Just repeat the same thing we have done on this side. Repeat it here, and then we'll come and shape the bottom part of the bag. So this is it. I just repeated the same thing, and we have this beautiful shape. Let's shape the bottom, okay? My fishing line is in the second bead. We are ignoring all the last beads, okay? Because we want to shape a triangle. So on my right fishing line, I'm going to begin my mat with 3 beads. I add 3 beads to my fishing line. I'm going to cross with the last bead and pull. The last bead and pull it down. My front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead in front. And on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 2 beads and weave a simple beaded mat. Okay, continue weaving your simple beaded mat. I weave, I cross it over, now weave to the second bead on this side. Please ignore the last bead, okay? So I'm going into the second bead on this side. We are going to end here, all right? On this same fishing line, I'm going to add my 2 beads. And I'm going to turn using the same method. Where this back fishing line is, I'm going to insert this front fishing line into that same bead, okay? The same thing we did for the top, I'm repeating it here because we want to shape the bottom as well. So you continue shaping like this fishing line. I'll weave it over to the second bead. We'll continue to shape it the same way. See where my fishing line is. You weave your simple beaded mat, end on this second bead and ignore the last bead, okay? As you keep weaving, you end up with one bead, okay? Follow the same steps and you end up the same thing we did up here. We're repeating it down. So you end up with this heart shape or this love shape. This is what we get, and you'll be needing 3 pieces for one side of the bag. 3 pieces. We are going to join them together to form this beautiful beaded bag. All right, so we'll join them together like this, and we are going to have our beautiful bag done. Okay, and to join them, I'm going to be using some pearls. Okay, the pearls are 12 millimeters. I'm going to be using the 12 millimeters pearls to join this bag. So I'll begin with these two. I'll pick 2 parts of the bag. Please watch it carefully. After the pointed end, these 2 pointed ends, we are going to start on this bead that is facing downward. Okay, please do not touch the pointed end. We are starting with these 2 beads. I'll insert my fishing line into these 2 beads. Please just watch carefully what I'm doing, okay? Into the bead that is going in and this one that is going out, okay? Now on the back fishing line, on my back fishing line, I'm going to add one bead, and I'm going to go into 2 beads on this side as well. After the pointed end, I'm going into this bead that is going inside, okay, and this one that is coming out. All right, into this bead, and then I'll pick up one bead and cross it over and pull. For those of you that know how to join a beaded bag, this is going to be very simple for you to do. Okay, so I'll pull it very well. Please make sure you pull your work because we are joining the shapes together. So my right fishing line, I'm going to go into the next 2 beads in front on the right side of the shape. Okay, so I'm going into this bead that is going inwards, and then I'll come out this bead that is coming outside. All right, like that, and I'm going to repeat same for the left side as well, these 2 beads as well. The first bead must be going inwards while the second bead is coming outward or is facing outside. Okay, please just watch it carefully what I'm doing. All right, I'll pick up my 1 pearl and I'm going to cross it over and pull. I'll pull it. Make sure you pull your work. Okay, you can use the sugar beads. You can use any bead of your choice to join this. So I'm just going to continue weaving it like this, going through 2 beads. So in the middle of the pattern, you will have 6 rings. Okay, because we are going through 2 beads on the right, 2 beads on the left, and then we'll cross with 1 bead. So if you count the ring in the middle, you will have 6 rings in the middle. So I'll just continue joining like this and I'll meet you at the end. So this is what I've been up to. I have joined until I'm at the end, and this is very stiff. Make sure you pull your work. I've not touched the pointed ends, the 2 last beads, okay? I've not touched them yet. We are going to pick up the 3rd pattern of the bag and we are going to join this. So my left fishing line, I'm going to go into this pointed end or the bottom part of this shape. Please watch it carefully. I'm going into that pointed end. I'm going to add 2 beads into that same fishing line. Into that same fishing line, I added 2 pearls. I'm going to go into the pointed end of this other shape. All right, of this other pattern. I'll pull it out very well. All right, my right fishing line will go into the pointed part of the right side of the shape as well. So we have connected the bottom part of the bag, and then I'll pick up one pearl and cross it over. Why I use two pearls for the right side is because I want it stiff. If you use just one pearl, the bead will be running. So I had to use two pearls to make the part very stiff, make the middle look round and stiff. Okay, so I'll continue joining like this. My right fishing line will go through to the next two beads on the right side of the shape. We are going upward. The left fishing line, the same thing. It will go into the next two beads on the right side of the shape, on the left side of the shape. And then I'll pick up one pearl. I'm going to cross it over and pull. So this is how simple it is to join this beautiful bag. I'll join it till the end. Okay, I'm going to join that till the end. So this is the entire shape. I've joined the entire shape till the end. All right, and this is how beautiful it looks. I'll weave in my leftover fishing line, and then I'll meet you guys so that we can add space inside our bag. It's so stiff, it's so beautiful. Look at the shape, it's cute. So we are going to add space inside our bag. I'm done joining, and this is how it looks. Let's add space inside our bag. All right, for this one you need to take your time. You ignore these first two beads. We are going into that bead that is facing downward. Okay, so ignore the first two beads up here. We are starting from this bead on the side, and we are going to weave all around. My right fishing line, I'll start with three beads. We are still weaving a simple beaded mat. I'll cross with the second bead and pull. Please, for the side, you need to take your time because the shape is in and out, in and out, in and out. So please, you want to take your time for the sides of the bag. Okay, my back fishing line, I'll keep adding my two beads and cross with the second bead. So you are going to continue to weave. You go through one bead. Okay, even when you get to this part, one bead all around, please, one bead, one. When you get to the pearl, you go through the pearl, you go to the into the green, you go through one bead, and you keep adding two beads on your back fishing line. You go through one bead all around, and you weave it twice. This is very simple to make. You can watch my other videos how to add space inside your bag. So this is it. I've done this twice, and this is how the shape looks. Please, you want to take your time because this shape is in and out, in and out. So you want to be patient enough. As you can see, I went into one bead. Even when you get to the pearl, you go through the pearl, you continue into one bead and weave all around the bag. All right, this is how the shape is already looking. So beautiful, very demure. So we need two of these, and we are going to join it together. This is the front and the back side of the bag. We are going to put the two pieces together. All right, we'll put them together. So you place them side by side. Even to join the bag, you need to be patient enough. Okay, so my right fishing line goes through to the first bead on this side of the bag. I'll add one bead to my back fishing line. I'll go through the first bead on this side as well. Okay, then I'll pick up one bead and I'm going to cross it over and pull. Please, you want to take your time for this bag. Okay, you want to take your time to make this bag because the shape is not as straight as the other bags. So right fishing line goes through to the next one bead on the right side of the bag. The left fishing line goes through to the next one bead on the left side of the bag. Left side, you pick up one bead and then you cross it over, and then you pull. So please make sure you pull your work so that you can have a stiff bag, a firm bag, and it's going to look so beautiful. So keep up with this step, and I'll meet you guys when I am done. All right. So guys, this is our final project. I just went on to add a back handle, which I have a tutorial on my channel on how to make this back handle. I finished joining both sides, and this bag is looking all beautiful. As I said, please take your time to join the sides of this bag because it is not the shape is not straight. You want to take your time. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.